All right, Moses joining me at the desk. Now the Bobcats looking to climb up the standings against another North Division opponent.
That was the best part. They're currently in third, just 2 points back of those pesky Sherwood Park Crusaders. Of course, the climb up the standings has been slow, but a good process to the season. A big reason for their success of late, their offensive plays from the blue line. Lyndon Springer and Tyler Coons, the pair have combined for 14 goals, 8 of which have come in the last month.
We've talked about it a little bit. It's more of an ongoing joke, who's going to get the next one, but I guess me and him do the right things. We work hard on it. We go before practice and after practice and shoot pucks, but we're not trying to be the game winners or anything like that. We take care of our zone first, and I think that might have something to do with it. Got some big guys in front standing there and creating screens for the goalie. It makes it easy to go in. So.
Even Coach Van Haraway was surprised with the defenseman.
I've never been on a team where 2 defensemen are leading the team in scoring, but that's great as long as it rubs off on the other guys.
The Cats are coming off 2 big wins against Fort McMurray this past weekend. Tonight they faced the Crusaders, who won 4 of their last 5.
It's a completely different strategy going into Sherwood Park than we had against Fort Mac. They're a lot more physical team and can't really necessarily bully them out of a win, so I think it's going to come down to special teams and if we're smart enough to stay out of the box tonight.
Devin Green set a franchise record once again for shutouts in Friday's game, but recognizes it'll be a team effort if they want their success to continue.
Now on, we all got to push. Everyone on the team has to push and be mentally ready for that game to go in there, do our job, and get things done and get the 2 points out of it.
Puck drop for tonight's game is scheduled for 7 o'clock. Now, there was some international flavor to the Lakeland Rustlers curling calendar. Members from the Swiss national junior team paid a visit to Vermilion for a tune-up game. The young Swiss foursome, who are in Canada to train for their upcoming national tournament next month in Switzerland, are enjoying all that the Canadian competition has to offer.
It's a good experience and we can learn a lot. And we can play much more games than in Switzerland. That's the reason. And in Canada, always they have good bonspiels.
This is the first year for this team, so we wanted to train a bit together and to be put together.
The event also came as a surprise to the Rustler curlers, who didn't know about Team Switzerland's arrival till the day of the game, a well-kept secret by head coach Dusty Makachuk.
Our girls, just before they went on the ice, they're actually texting their mums back home and saying, guess who we're playing in Vermilion at 7 o'clock tonight. So it's excellent for them. The first end you can see the jitterbugs. There's even some wrong calls made on the ice but once they get flowing, they can play.
They're a really good example of how you could mature into really good curling, and they're super good competition. So I'm really excited to go back actually and play with them.
The Swiss junior national team will be heading off to the Whitney Field Junior Curling Classic here in Lloydminster beginning Friday. Meanwhile, it's been a year of changes for the Rustlers curling program with a new coach, new players, and a new outlook.
We're still feeling everybody out. We'll have another competition to see where they all fit in, but they're all looking pretty strong for what we have kind of pegged in the background.
The Rustlers had 24 athletes try out for the men's, women's, and mixed teams. Finding the right combination has been a challenge, but Coach Dusty Makachuk is excited for what's in store.
Stronger than last year, and the men's and women should be very competitive.
A few curlers that have stood out: second-year Robin Gerard and first-year skip Brandon Cookson.
There were a lot of kids that came out to tryouts. I think there are about 12 boys or so it was nerve-wracking initially, and it's been really exciting experience to start and be skipping for my first year.
We have a lot of new talent on the team, and it's going to make the year really interesting. I'll be curious to see how the rest of the teams look this year throughout our regional playdowns and stuff, but I think we have a really good shot at making provincials and maybe even making nationals.
The Cold Lake Ice made some news today, terminating the contract of coach and general manager Neil Langridge. Langridge, who's been with the Ice for more than 10 years, was caught off guard, to say the least, by the news.
Well, definitely, it's a little bit of a slap in the face, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here and dwell on some people's decisions. Like I said, with 4 championships in a row, we've seen a lot of great kids.
The only explanation given to Langridge's dismissal, there were concerns amongst the on-ice personnel.
Good way to to make changes to an organization, a sporting organization in mid-season, but it was just felt upon by the board of directors that something, it had to be addressed and had to be dealt with.
You know what? It's obviously was in the back of the board's mind, and I'm going to leave the Cold Lake Ice with my head held very high, with no regrets, and proud of all our accomplishments.
Once information came out, all of his coaching staff handed in their resignations as well. In his 5 years as coach, he led the team to 4 Alberta Junior B championships, and the team had a 10-2 record this season.